Clockwork. See, I can't squat that deep. All right, guys, not a bad training session at all. It's after 1 a.m. Considering we got home late tonight, the pace that we were at as far as just running in, late general. What happens, I live on an island that depends on tourism, and with, everything going on right now, tourism is greatly down. A lot of hotels are, trying to do everything they can to make any kind of money, so they're offering ridiculous deals. It was, holy cow, it was cheaper for us to drive there and stay than it really was for us to stay here and cook. It was ridiculous. The hotel was cheaper than my wife and I having 2 meals. It's one of those. It's amazing. No kids allowed, like hotels, 4-star hotels with everything in it. Like our room came fully stocked with champagne, like free champagne. All you can eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And 4 course, you choose your 4 courses, sushi dinner. All you can drink starting from 9 o'clock in the morning until 1 o'clock in the morning. Literally all you can drink. Pools, it's on the beach. It's so ridiculous, and it's refreshing for us. It's a 25-minute drive. It's really refreshing for us to, just to act like a couple of kids and relax and go to bed at 10:30 at night, and get more than 5 hours of sleep. So it's really enjoyed it. It's the second time we've done that this year, and probably going to try to do that as much as possible. But it's wake up today and you're just you're eating nonstop, and they don't kick you out. I mean, literally, we checked out this morning, and then you stay until as late as you want to stay. That's the way hotels here are. The hotels are like resorts, so you spend money if you stay. Hotel people. I mean, my wife goes to drink coffee with friends and socialize with friends at hotels. I mean, hotels here are just huge establishments that you walk in and they have clubs and bars and coffee shops and multiple bars and things like that. So you stay, the pool closes when the sun goes down. We stay until the sun goes down, and then we drive home and get the kids, bring them home and get everybody going. So I really wanted to take a nap before I trained, but I knew that if I got going and if I felt good, I've been using the Spud Ink Dunny Thompson bow tie before every training session for about a half hour. And that thing is a miracle worker as far as headaches go for me, because I spend a lot of time at a computer, playing with kids. I get in the habit in my car. I'm like this in my car. I get in the habit of being in that bad position, and I get a headache, and it pulls everything back into a good position, and I just tend that, and it fixes headaches. But what I've noticed is if I wear it half an hour before all training sessions, I need much less time to warm up, which for me is most often a good thing, because if I can focus towards the beginning, whether it's music or whatever, and I can focus towards the beginning of my warm-ups, if my warm-ups feel good and I can make quicker, larger jumps safely, then I tend to have a more progressive, positive training session. If I spend a lot of time just trying to work and another set and another set and another set, and half the time I'm trying to work out some sort of kink in a shoulder or a knee or a hip, but I tend to be having better warm-up sessions, which transfer over into better actual training sessions when I wear the Spud Ink bow tie about a half hour before. So the log went solid. My first reps on everything is feeling a little strange and a little off. I left in some of the mobility work that I've been working on, and I've done that with the bar. At least I think I left it in for you guys. We'll wait and see. I do some kind of mobility work for the bar, trying to get my hands behind my head a little bit. I'll do it outside. We've got some different gates and things I'll hook bands to, trying to get my head through and my hands a little bit farther behind my head, so I'm not pressing the log as much out in front. I mean, that's where my shoulders want to go, right there. So for me to go straight up, I end up having to lean back, and that puts stress on my back right exactly where I don't need it. So I'm working on that. I got the 105 for a double. I still think that the spots in the overhead press where my body is slowing down looks like sticking points. I still think it is movement pattern issues and mobility issues all through my upper back and through my spine. I don't think it is shoulders and triceps, because those are definitely strong enough to move that kind of weight in that range of motion. But I think it's me getting to this position right here and my body just locks up, and then I'm having to lean a little bit and struggle to push out, and that push out is mostly traps for me, not shoulders and triceps. But I'm working on it. I've got a goal. I need to make 110 in a couple of weeks. I think next week should be like 107 and a half, which should not be a problem. And I'll push the accessories pretty hard next week, and then after that I'll take 110 and see where I get with 110. By the end of the year, I really want to nail a 120. It would be amazing to do 110 for some reps or 115 for some reps. 120 for a double would absolutely be fantastic. So I've got about 14 weeks left in the year to plan everything out. The accessories, playing with the axle. The axle is just not safe to do inside the house. I don't have a good place to drop. It's not safe to play with outside either. I need some larger size crash pads that I can drop it on. So I'm playing with it, lighter weight. I mean, that was still probably heaviest that I've used since I've been working with the axle again. Everything feels fine. It's not hard, but I'm having to fight it in a bad body position way in order to do that. Finishing off with the floor press, I'm keeping the floor press, going heavier. That was 220 pounds, 100 kilograms that I had on there for the floor press. Solid 15 reps. I mean, in general, I think your floor press is 90 to 95% of your bench press. That's general what that is. My elbows are airbrushing the floor when I start the floor press from the bottom position. So I'm bottom positioning floor pressing, and that's 220 for 15 on the first set. So I don't know if my bench press, at least at that kind of weight, is up and doing okay, or what's going on. But I feel pretty solid at this, but I know that I need to call it a day. I know that it's late. I know that I'm tired. I know that my body's worn down. I don't know if you can hear my nose is stuck a little bit. But and I want to deadlift tomorrow. So I got on the rower. I'm going to continue to try to get on this thing every night, or as frequent as I can, just for. I mean, it was just 50 rows, just movement. It's some decent ab movement just to move my body. It's not hard cardio, but I don't want hard cardio. It's also a little bit of lat work. Little bit of bicep work because I'm doing it incorrectly, but it's just movement. Friday night, I don't know if you guys saw this anywhere, but Friday night I did get on the scale and I did weigh 300.26 pounds. Most I've weighed, the last time I weighed 300 pounds was 20 years ago. I was 23. Is that right? Should have been right at 20 years ago. I was 23, and so maybe it was more than 20 years ago. But yeah, it's been a while. I've been trying to get back to that weight. So I weighed that on Friday night, and then get right off and got over here on the machine. So I don't think I want to push to weigh any more than that, but I definitely, I've got to work on my strengths. I've got to work on building more shoulders, arms, back. I haven't trained chest in 6 months, other than what you're seeing me doing here. I need bigger legs, calves, hamstrings. Everything needs to get bigger and stronger. So it's not just being 300 pounds. I may get down to like 290, but then I've got to get bigger as well. So, but solid training session, computer set up over there. I've got probably at least 3 programs I need to write before I go to bed. So I've got a few hours of work left to do. And we'll see you guys tomorrow night for deadlifts. I'll be all bright-eyed and ready to rock and roll come deadlift time. So see you tomorrow night, guys.